Hello again, my whiskey drinking friends. We're here this time with a beer I'm not certain is still on the market, actually. Old Forester's Repeal Bourbon. Um, this was released in 2008 to celebrate the 75th anniversary, as you can see on the bottle, of the Repeal Prohibition. I haven't drank regular Old Forester, although I will. And from reading on the internet, this was bottled at, you can see at the bottle, 100 proof, and with 10-year-old, with a mixture of at least 10-year-old whiskey. And now, of course, the reason I haven't had it is at the bottom of the shelf, but at some point, I'm going to start, for you guys, taking on the bottom shelf. And it might be a good time to do that, do some mixed drinks and all that stuff. But not today. Not yet. So, let's pour this thing out. There we go. Oh, we can have... I like to have more than enough. I don't want to run out during the middle of the review. You know how that goes. So, let's see, this is fairly dark. I assume, and I didn't find much reading about it, but this is from a rye base, because you can certainly smell the rye. Corn, of course, base, but, the other being rye as opposed to wheat. It is a nice smell. This is a very nice smelling beer. It's hard to put my finger. Maybe, you have the things you typically get in a rye, like cinnamon, some spice, vanilla. Very nice. Very nice bouquet. Very hot on my tongue. It kind of recedes into a vanilla and cinnamon taste. Your kind of classic bourbon notes, really. Putting a little water in it. As far as the bouquet is not as good as it was before the water. Slightly more spice coming at me. Mm-hmm. Not bad at all. This may be because it's 100 proof and I may need to cut it more, but quite a bite on it. But nice spicy and sweet mixture on this bourbon. Let's have another sniff. So then very much the same things. I think this is just what this whiskey is. Now my understanding was this was originally sold for $30 for 375 mil for this. This is a 375, and that's a ridiculously bad price. This was not that quality bourbon. I got this a lot cheaper. I'm not actually certain what the price was, but this was like less than $15 for, and I had never had it. Now, would I pay 30 for it? No. Probably not, because I'm not convinced it's better than Woodford. But it's not bad at all. This is a solid bourbon. It has some negative notes, like coming in there. It's got a very bitter bite there. Having been aged 10 years, maybe a bit much for some of these. This might be better if it was a little younger. Because I'm getting some harshness there that I kind of wish I hadn't. But the flavors that are being expressed other than the tannin, are nice. Um, Spice, sweet and spicy, and that's kind of what you want from a rye-based bourbon, and you really can't complain about this. Um, Now, we'll talk more if I ever get an Old Forester, which again I might do as kind of a branch off of this review. But if I ever do, and at some point, guys, I always try to get to everything. We'll talk more about the history, but this is a very old distillery, one of the oldest that's stayed brewing, and Brown and Foreman owns it, which they own a ton of distilleries, including obviously the Old Forester distillery. And again, this is a whiskey that's kind of seen better. Old Forester has seen better days, but this isn't bad. It shows. I mean, again, if the initial price is right, that's absurd. If the price is on the internet was right, but this is a nice whiskey. It's not exactly elite, and again, it's according to how many shelves you have. At my local whiskey store, there's 3 shelves, and so this is probably top shelf material at that whiskey store. You see, this is not top shelf material. This is third shelf. If you have 4 shelf, it's third shelf. It's as you add more shelves, it moves down the tier. But still a nice expression, and again, it'll be interesting to compare it to some of the other ones. Anyway, that's all I got. See ya.